And so for me, there's no polarity at all. There's no duality in any of it. Ultimately, business, wealth creation, money, career, vocation, creativity, all of this is spirituality. All of it is a spiritual game. In fact, it's a vibrational game. And I want to empower you to win the vibrational game and to play it in a bigger way than you could ever imagine, so that when you look back on your evolution, you can not only see how your life and the life of your family has been transformed, but you can also begin to see then how that began to overflow from you to the people around you and to the people that are in your community and ultimately people in your country and people around the world who have yet to realize that same potential. So as a spiritual being, it is your responsibility to be wealthy, to be abundant, to have money, so that you may then in turn pay it forward. Gently inhale down to the base of the spine and just gently exhale. Just allow your breath to remain in this rhythm. Just gently inhaling and gently exhaling. Just allowing the breath to go all the way down to the base of the spine and then exhaling out. And I would just like to lovingly support you in integrating any and all forms of resistance or density that you have to being abundant, to expanding your financial blueprint, to playing a bigger financial game, to recognizing simply that financial prosperity is a byproduct of expansion of personal frequency, and that it's time for the world to have some conscious archetypes for wealth creation. Not just the typical stereotypes that we have that are predominantly egoic. It's time for us to have more altruistic archetypes for wealth creation. A bigger why, a greater purpose, generating millions so that you can then leave behind millions. Generating billions so then you can leave behind billions. Generating thousands so that then you can leave behind thousands. Allowing all of this money that is simply a flow of energy to flow through you in the biggest possible way. So I'm just going to address any and all forms of belief, conditioning in the left and right hemispheres of the brain, any ideas, any pathways that are firing right now that keep you deeply entrenched in fear, lack, and scarcity. Going to free up all of your life force energy from your survival functioning, so that any and all forms of fear that you have within you just begin to shake out of you now. That any and all forms of unworthiness, any inability to receive, guilt, shame, just effortlessly begin to be transformed in the fire of transformation. And that whatever your current blueprint is, that it be expanded times 1,000. And that whatever the resistance is that needs to be integrated so that that may happen now in the name of the I Am, fully and completely and gratefully. With grace and ease. We are fully available to surrender into abundance. Fully available to leave behind all of the conditioning, all of the mental architecture that we've been forced to operate inside of, so that we may be free, so that we may experience freedom in its truest sense. Just continue to abide in that breath. And we're just going to continue to invite any and all forms of resistance, any and all forms of fear that have become deeply entrenched or embedded within you to just wash through you. Just continue to relax and allow. Good. Now we're going to expand your financial blueprint times 100,000. And we're just going to lovingly collapse any and all forms of resistance or fear, any and all mental constraints, conditioning, patterns, programming, to just dissolve right now. Going to lovingly continue to invite your financial blueprint, your prosperity blueprint, to continue to expand times 1,000,000, times 1,000,000,000, out to infinity, until there are no longer any constraints or restrictions around your ability to align with the abundance that lives at your core. Fully transforming your consciousness, fully elevating your personal frequency, recognizing that the more you share your God-given talents and abilities, the more you receive. The more you express your soul signature, the more the universe showers you with its blessings and grace. The more you fully commit to authentically being who you are, the more you are able to access the abundance that is already within you. Just continue to rest in the breath, continue to relax, and we're just going to continue this integration of fear, resistance, conditioning, past experiences, past hurts, past traumas, unworthiness, everything that keeps you stuck in a memory of who you once were, but of who in truth you no longer are. Complete and total integration. An expansion of your receptivity, an expansion of your earning capacity, an expansion of your creativity, an expansion of your ability to live authentically in the world and to simply just be yourself and to be at peace. Prosperity is the byproduct of peace. It is the byproduct of harmony. It is the byproduct of connection. Good. Also just going to take a look at any and all agreements, conscious or unconscious, to poverty, struggle, attaining, striving, efforting, resisting, fear, insecurity. It's going to lovingly collapse all of those. acknowledging that religious conditioning around money was a control mechanism. Acknowledging that societal conditioning around money is a control mechanism. Seeing it all for what it is. And piercing through any and all forms of limitation into perfect alignment with the abundance that already is. So, my beloved friends, the universe wants to completely upgrade your life. Will you receive it? The universe wants to take you from where you are now to more than you could ever imagine. Will you receive that? The universe wants you to be so filled that you start to overflow and in turn uplift others. Will you receive that? Will you allow yourself to be fully aligned with an infinite prosperity blueprint?